Good afternoon. Thank you all. I want to thank legislators for coming together for a second special session this week to rebalance our budget and tackle a few pressing issues. The COVID-19 pandemic has shaken the very foundation of our lives. This week, lawmakers demonstrated that it has many times, even while the White House has failed to take meaningful action to respond to this pandemic, Oregon lawmakers have come together to advance the public interest. A few reflections on the outcome of the session. First, I appreciate that lawmakers chose to continue our investments in K-12 public schools and early childhood education. For a generation, we underfunded our schools. That changed last year with the passage of the Student Success Act. School this fall, however, won't look like a normal school year. The public health crisis will require many schools to implement comprehensive distance learning. In this environment, it's even more important than ever that we invest in our kids and their schools and that we fund our future. I do have some concerns about the overall use of reserves and one-time funds in the legislatively approved budget. We have spent a number of years building up a rainy day fund and state reserves in order to weather this kind of economic downturn. But that savings account is only so big. If we use a substantial portion of it now, the budget decisions next year become even harder. And we already know that there are more challenging decisions ahead of us. I'm also disappointed, frankly, that lawmakers didn't follow through on the plan to close 2 prisons. I think, and the evidence shows, that we can be much smarter in our approach to tackling crime. For the first time in many years, Oregon prison projections are down. We can safely close prisons, keep our communities safe, and reduce taxpayer expenses. We should be focusing on preventing crime, investing in drug and alcohol treatment, and other strategies to help people that are caught up in the criminal justice system and to help society as a whole. Second, I know lawmakers, in particular Senator James Manning and Representative Janelle Bynum, worked diligently for weeks to develop and take public input on House Bill 4301. This legislation will tightly limit the use of force by police officers, a much needed step toward police reform. This comes on the heels of 5 police reform bills passed in the previous special session, and I hope additional action will come in the weeks and months ahead. Third, lawmakers passed 2 bills to help unemployed Oregonians. Senate Bill 1703, which my team put together with agency leaders, allows the right hand in state government to talk to the left hand. Now, the Revenue Department and the Employment Department will be able to share data so that benefit claims can be processed much more quickly. And Senate Bill 701, proposed by Labor Commissioner Val Hoyle, will make sure Oregonians aren't phased out of unemployment benefits just because they have a small amount of the income from a part-time job. Unfortunately, a few lawmakers prevented passage of a bill, a 3rd unemployment bill, one that my administration proposed. This bill, Senate Bill 1702, would have made it quicker to process unemployment benefit applications from employees of both public and private education institutions during the pandemic. This would have gotten more money into people's hands more quickly and freed up agency employees to move on to processing other claims. To see this bill, which had broad bipartisan support, voted down by 3 legislators was very frustrating. The team at the Employment Department is working day and night to pay out tens of thousands of unemployment claims during the worst economic downturn in generations. To slow this process down in any way, large or small, is absolutely outrageous.